Korean monks resident? 2? 1, 2, 3? 4? You can wear your monk's robe. It looks good. Yes, I like it very much. The Korean monks are very nice. Very humble and very holy. So it's alright, you wear the monk's robe. I would like that very much. Keep your tradition. You wear a monk robe and you don't feel it's a monk robe, and it's alright. And the woman don't go too near. In Cambodia, you remember, the woman cannot even go near to offer flowers to the monk. Yeah, yesterday we, I don't know, arranged some beautiful girls offered flowers. Actually, they should offer the flowers to the princess so that she offer me and offer to other ladies, offer to other ladies. But they came and saw the monk and then they just give it to the monk. So the monk said, no. Listen. It's good. It's good to keep distance from women. I was allowed to go near the monk. And the princess was allowed. Thanks to my status. See, yesterday there were no one allowed to offer flowers to the monks except me and the princess, huh? Except the princess and I. There's more better English. Nicht? Nicht wahr? It's not true, is it, huh? You like my clothes? That is good, so the monks here are more careful like this, huh? This is good. But then you can only do a monk's job, and nothing more. A little limited, huh? In my very humble opinion. Because no woman can go near. Yeah, anything they cannot help. Suppose a woman in trouble, they cannot touch them. Same with many rules and regulations in the world. Like there was a very sad story in Thailand, long time ago, when I was supposed to be the King Rama V of Thailand. I'm not sure whether I was, but somebody saw it that I was the King Rama V. You know many stories about how people saw me that I don't see myself. Just like last week, somebody saw that I had a son, 52 years old. You remember? Oh, that somebody saw me that I was the Queen of Cambodia. 1,000 years ago. Over 1,000 years ago. Thing like that. Huh? I cannot see myself as a Queen of Cambodia. Can you? Yes? The Queen wear like this? Anyhow, the Queen of Cambodia, at that time she was a very holy person. She was a practitioner. So in the palace now, there's still left over a kind of souvenir. You can come see them. I don't know if you're allowed to come in when the king is at home, but we can come in when the king... We did come in when the king was not there. And there was a kind of mountain, small mountain built inside the, or maybe it was already a mountain or a hill there, inside the palace vicinity, compound. And around the mountain there were built small caves, just like those we built in Miaoli. If you stay in Miaoli, you know. And in each cave now, there is still a Buddha statue or monk statue sitting inside, representing those people who practiced with the queen at those times. And the queen's supposed to say that when for over 1,000 years later, she will come back to Cambodia and help them. And so then they find no one else to replace that, so they just take me out to be a victim. Or some of our disciples who live in Cambodia, just assign me that kind of work. And that cost me millions of dollars up till now. And I'm still paying for it, for the position. Some people buy position in this world, I will come to the sad story later. First good news and bad news later. Okay. People buy position in this world, right? In old time, people buy any position in the court, the king buy some money or property. Some people buy like a position in the local administration. I think people still do now. You can buy yourself an ambassador job somewhere. I wouldn't say where. Don't blame me. I heard it. Maybe it's open. It's official. If you're good also, not that you're bad and you can buy yourself. But perhaps sometimes people don't even know who's good. So just sell it and then see later. Okay. What's that? So perhaps because my disciple just bought me a position of a queen of Cambodia, dead queen even, cost millions of dollars. Don't you ever buy this position, okay? He bought it for me and then I had to pay for it. Can you believe that? This is just joke, by the way, Some people saw it in the meditation, I wouldn't tell you yes or no, I wouldn't say such a stupid thing. I know. So now let's go back to the sad story about the rules and regulation in this world. We were talking about monks' rule, right? So now, there was a sad story in Thailand. I don't know if it's official or not, but I am told by Thai people that when King Rama was alive, King Rama's dynasty, there was a queen, very beloved queen. She was pregnant even. And she was crossing the river on a dragon boat with a lot of attendants, eunuchs, and many. Yes. And then the boat happened to capsize, and because nobody is allowed to touch the queen, she died. And the king went crazy. Not that he was very crazy, but he was so sad about that event. And when I heard that story, I was so sad and I went crazy too. For a while. Oh, I feel so terrible. As if I have to relive it again, Feel as if it happened to me. And if it's concerned me. And it's really betrif. No. I say? Betroffen? English, what is it? Concerned me, It's really related to me, If it concerns me, and if it's my own story, something. Oh, I feel terrible. Or I say to the person, you shut up, don't talk. I cannot bear it to hear you continue again, I feel terrible. I say, my God, even if you have to risk your life to save the queen, why don't they do it? I don't think the king would punish anybody who rescued the queen in that situation. Doesn't matter what kind of law it is written, right? This is an emergency, and it's a beloved queen. And even if the king persecuted you, you do it, right? But people were so afraid because the law was very strict. And you know what it's like when you are an officer in the court, under the rules, under the king too long, and you became brainwashed into this kind of fearful attitude, and you dare not even move. You cannot react anymore. You're numb into subservience. And this is very sad. Any rules, any regulation, any rigid discipline is bad. It's good for somewhere, but it's not good anywhere. Not good all the time. You have to see the situation and do it. Good for others people. We must do it in this kind of emergency. In emergency, if we can, always others come first. But don't jump into the river to rescue somebody if you couldn't swim. For example, and say, oh, master say others come first. In this case, both of you come first. If you cannot do it, of course, then don't. Or find another way, more clever way to do it. There are many ways to do things, not only one. And so there comes, so for example, being a monk is very good, But if you want to be a monk, you have to be strict and keep the regulations so that you become, at ease, You relax and you keep your purity, as a monk, of a monk. Then in that case, the dress is good for you. The monk's dress is at least some protection, outer protection. When the people see you a monk, at least they think twice whether they want to wink their eyes at you or not. You know what I mean? Or maybe wink twice or only once. Or at least after they wink twice, they think, oh, better not the third time. Or at least they think again, to wink before winking. They close their eyes and recite the 5 names first. Then decide whether they should do it. You never know when karma comes, and when the peoples are weak in passion and desire, any protection is useless. But at least psychologically speaking, some outer protection is not bad. At least you say, I try my best. I wear my bulletproof vest. Yeah, the bullet from the woman are sharper than any guns pellets because it penetrates deep into the secret chamber of your heart and it stays there for some time. Sometimes it stays there forever. But maybe the monk's robe are good shield. I don't mind the Korean men wear monk's robe. I don't know why I like them to wear monk's robe. Maybe I'm attached to the monk's robe. But when they wear monk's robe, they look good. They really look like a monk and a nun. So I like them to keep their appearance, the way they have chosen to be. It's good. Good to have some monks and nuns around. It's good for decoration anyhow. Something new, something special, and so that we'll not get bored with all this long hair like mine and all this makeup and all this fake mask. Anyhow, but being special is also sometimes a burden, Everybody look at you, Don't they look at you, monks? Reverends? People pay attention to you too much? Or not? Yes or no? Yes? Is that right? You try to escape and hide yourself in our common floor clothes? Is that the reason? Oh God. Then in this case, monk's robe is a problem. See that? You see that? And that's why I changed into this kind of clothes. But it's all right. It's good to test yourself, See how tough you are, Hey, you don't pay attention to the monks, okay? When you see them, just close your eyes and turn the other way. As if they were not there. Wow, Cambodia is cool, huh? I see you all wear jacket and woolen stuff just like in Germany. Come on, how can it be, huh? It's not cold in Phnom Penh, huh? Huh?
They say it's very unusual.
Very unusual, huh? Maybe because of all these snowflakes coming here. They bring the chill with them. They bring the chill with them, huh? It's unusual, really? Even for this region? Oh, yeah, I feel like I'm in Taiwan or, near New Year or something. I was thinking of a fireplace yesterday already. Or we barbecue or something. It's cool. It's not cool, it's cold. Huh? Really? But it's lovely, huh? It's not that cold. It's just chilly, huh? And it's nice. Anyhow, even if it's not so cold, it's also good. It shouldn't be so cold like this. We can make fire tomorrow, but don't say it too soon. I don't know. If it's cool, we do it. Even it's not, it's all right. Evening almost bearable, even, huh? Maybe because it's fresh air here, huh? And all around is now green with grass and trees. That's why it is. Otherwise, how can Cambodia become like this? I don't believe it. And you know what? Not only Cambodia, Thailand became like this lately. Yeah. It's not hot as this, like this. You ask the Thai people. Recently, where I stay, always everyday rain. Or cloudy sky. Since I came, since April. You don't believe it, do you? It's true. Every day cloudy and cool. Or rain. So my gardener don't have to water hardly have to water the trees or the grass around my house. And really, it rains almost every day. Almost every day, or every 2 days. And it's always cool, and in the evening I come out walking, turn off all the aircon and fan. And I say, my God, this is not Thailand, is it? And Thai people say no. Because people told me last 2-3 years ago when I stayed there, I haven't been in Thailand for a long time now. And they said, after February end of February, you must run out of the country of Thailand. And it really was like that. Approaching end of February, it become unbearably hot. With aircon and all this, you still feel, it's really uncomfortable, and it's glaring outside your window. But this time, oh my God, every day is so cool and cloudy. Sometimes you see the sun, but after 5 o'clock in the evening, when it's already cool. So all the golfer love it, or the worker, construction site worker, they celebrate. Yeah. When I first came, it rained the first times for so long, and everybody jump and shout, and all the children run around naked, and all the men with the shorts, Yeah, they were around in the rain, and they went crazy, they went nuts. It has been raining for so long when I first came there. And it rained immediately, when I arrived. Everybody jumped and shouted, and wow. And me too. I thought, how can Thailand be so lovely, It's not always as cool as this, but it's cool every day, almost every day. Anyhow, almost every day. Yeah. And some day even power cuts, and we still can bear it. No fan, no electricity, nothing, and we still sleep through the night. Yeah, like old time. So it was wonderful, and it's still wonderful. I think weather change. All the nice weather come to come to us now, the Asian people. So you snowflake bodhisattva better move, huh? Move back to where you belong, huh? Last life, huh? But maybe the Korean monk wear this kind of robe here is too hot, no? Is that right? You can make it thinner, huh? But inside wear thick underwear, then it's alright. Yeah, otherwise see-through, we also no need. Or wear flower among drops, you know. Flower among drop. Flower and dark color don't see, yeah. The wind blowing, I already put my hair like this and it blows and make trouble for me. Yeah, still okay. Like this, the hair don't come down so much. Okay, now let's talk about Buddha businesses. It's a bit more serious. Does it look good? I don't want my photo to look bad, you know. It doesn't sell otherwise. Actually, some people criticize me, like, how come I hang so many photos? I don't really hang myself anywhere. It's just you who hang them around, huh? Hang on your neck, your ears, and your wisdom eye, your chest, everywhere, and hanging around the hall and anywhere, even in Buddha's temple. Make trouble for me yesterday. Next time if you want to decorate the Buddha, please use some flower, huh? Or wallpaper or something. Don't use my photo, huh? People misunderstand. But they don't know that a lot of my money come from these photos, huh? Even it doesn't look so good, but I don't hang myself, I sell myself. Actually, we didn't mean to sell so much, so much money, because I said, oh, never mind, if the people like it, they can take it. Yeah, no need to sell. But my disciple, they complained, they said, then how we develop again? How will we have the money to develop again? First, and then I said, okay, then don't have to sell too expensive. Just sell, the cost, the printing cost, developing cost. They said, no, then the oil, the petrol cost and the personnel cost and the camera cost and the cameraman cost, yeah, the caramel cost and everything. I said, well, then sell all this cost only. And then the developing, shop, they complain. They said, no, ma'am, you can't do that. Because you have to sell the same price like us. Otherwise you damage our business and we will not develop for you anymore. If you keep selling it so cheap, we stop developing it for you, ma'am. So that's that. Now do you understand? Is it clear or not? So I say, yes sir, 3 bags full. 3 bags full of photo developed already. Developed. Yes. So that's why you have to pay for the developer cost. And like outside. God wants me to earn money with my appearance, so let it be. But if you don't have money, just tell the cashier, oh, please take pity on me. Give me one for free. Probably she will. Those are damage that people don't like. Cut in half or something like that. The head here and the body there, you can patch them together. They still look like me, huh? Again, I forgot. What was it? What was it? Huh? Serious Buddha. Okay. Let's be serious. All right. Come back to the same point. Many days before. Like who's a Buddha, and who's not. Actually, each one of us is a Buddha, a God. At least part of God. Part from the whole. So anything that is apart from a whole has the same quality anyhow. So we are the mini God. Understand? So, and we are the master. Each one of you is a master. The supreme master as that. But because you have created your own situation and circumstances in which you can thrive and you can recognize your own mastership, that's why you suffer a lot. And you have to undergo a lot of ungodly situation and quality, and kind of carrying around kind of ungodly quality and do many so-called ungodly things. It is, but because when we descend into this world, we forget, we relinquished our right as a God, as a Buddha, as a master, so that we can undergo the journey that we have planned to undergo. And we can call upon ourselves misery, disaster, darkness, so that we can experience the opposite of God-like character, and so that we can reclaim ourselves, and with all right and glory that I am God. And there is nothing better than me, because I have tried, okay? I have told you already. And that is why I also told you that we cannot force people into returning to Godhood if they don't want to, because they have laid down their own plan of enlightenment, their own project of returning to the kingdom. Nevertheless, as God, of course, we can always call it a quit, but normally we don't. Because also as God, we stick to our own project. And we even ever created anew. So if we are clever, we can also create new situations and don't stick to the old one. Or create extra situation, so that even though we stick to the old ones, we are more comfortable when we have a new plan also. And from the new plan will spring new opportunity, a new situation, so that we can return to the kingdom of God quicker than others. But normally it's difficult. Once we relinquished our power and come into the dark region of creation, very difficult to reclaim the light again. It takes a lot of effort. For example, if a king, he relinquished his kingdom to someone and give his throne temporarily even to someone. Oh, it's difficult to come back after 10 years or 20 years and say, hey, it used to belong to me, now step down. After 20 years, maybe nobody remember that you were king even, and how you get near the kingdom. How, with a passport, talk about that first, or visa. And then who will let you go near to the palace? Not to talk about step to the throne and say to the king at present time, say, get down you. Understand? Before you can approach the king, you're already in jail. And you're in more trouble than not. And maybe you have lost all your money while you're in the journey. And then you cannot even get back to your country. Not talk about go to the throne and reclaim your own glory and power. But of course, in the kingdom of God, nobody is sitting there in your own throne and claim it and not to give it back to you. It's just that the situation gets worse and worse and worse along the road if you will not try to remember who you are. And even if you try, it's difficult. How can you remember God when every day your wife and kids want bread and water to survive, when you yourself need the minimum to survive? Even, in some of the situation, it's really desperate. You can't remember God if your stomach is keep howling inside, howling inside. And say, Oh, I'm hungry. I want something. Yes, the voice in our stomach will be louder than the voice of God. Even the Kuan Yin sound. So it's very difficult for us, once we left the kingdom of God, to remember it again. But nevertheless, the master will be sent. The master are those who already have undergone their journey and know every tricks and trades in the business, and then can help us, yeah, with a hand and bring it back. And it is better that way. But eventually, any soul will return to its own glory in time. Take longer or shorter, depends on its desire. Some soul can desire to come earlier. But some soul decided to stay longer, despite the suffering and the hardship, so that he can create more and learn more about the opposite direction and quality of God. So when he returns, he feels more secure, more confident about what he is. These are greater masters even, with a lot more experience, a lot more power, a lot more talent, and a lot more of the know-how, technique, how to deal with every and each different situation in this world. And sometimes this kind of master has already mastered their own destiny, and reclaim their own kingdom and power. But they still decide to come back again and again into the physical world in order to help other souls who need more help than ordinary souls. Some souls are more clever, or they let down the easy plan for them to walk so they can go easy, quicker, or they don't suffer so much. Some souls let down hardship for themselves. Well, nobody can choose the same path all the time. The souls will not choose a copycat way to walk their journey. And so sometimes the soul choose a very, very, very delicate and very difficult and intriguing path to walk. And this, they encounter a lot of trouble, a lot of misery, a lot of hardship, a lot of suffering, and insurmountable task sometimes. So they need a really special master, if there is one. And if there is such a master available or willing to sacrifice their bliss and happiness in order to come down to share the journey and the suffering with these kind of souls. Because sometimes it's too hard for the soul to bear. Then the soul will cry out, "Help, help, help, help." Even a very, very faint soul, a sound from the soul will be heard from the master. And if it cries from his heart, then the master will come. Without initiation, even if the soul's time has not come and cannot meet the master in the physical body, the master would appear invisibly, or in a dream or in a vision, to help that soul. Because every soul needs help when they undergo this kind of journey into this terrible domain of darkness. Not that darkness presides over this world or the nether world in that matter. It's just that we call upon ourselves darkness, so that it cover our soul, cover our entire journey, or some part of our journey, so that we cannot see the light, even though it is right in front of us. So the soul, in desperate situation, we call out for help. And the master or the God, the Godhead is always in the near. So never any soul walks a lonely path alone. It's always the assistance of the so-called guardian angels, the master of higher order. It depends on how difficult the situation the soul gets himself into. the higher or the lower order of help will be dispatched. No normal situation, maybe just angels or guardian spirits. And in the more difficult situation, the desperate situation, the master must come. The master of a higher order, or of the highest order, must come in the most emergency case. So never a soul walk lonely in darkness. But sometimes, if the soul created too much difficulty for itself, before he came to this world, until he get into the difficulty, he's already mired himself into darkness, into misery already, and separate too long. And because he created so much trouble or so much misery for other souls as well, by doing so, by trying to deny his godliness, he creates so much misery and so much so-called sin already. Then he will feel that he not deserve help. Therefore, he could not even call out for help. Therefore, there is such thing as hell, but not permanent. There are no such thing as permanent hell. But for us, for a miserable and lonely soul at that time, hell is eternal. Every misery second is eternal to any soul who suffers that kind of situation. Is that not so? And any long period of happiness is seconds to us. It's like seconds. It never lasts so long. It seems flash, like a flash. It's gone. I suddenly sit here and then, lecture ends already? The barbecue finished? Come on. I have just sat down. I have just eaten about 20 chapatis and 20 ham or sausage, vegetarian chicken, and not much. Oh, talking about that, I'm hungry. I only ate breakfast. Today, really, I didn't cheat you. I didn't even forget. I only ate breakfast this morning, some toast and jam. Fattening stuff. Yeah. Now, so such happiness hours when we spend together, or days even, seem so fast. But miserable time, oh wow, it dures like eternity. And that's why we call eternal hell. But there is no such thing as permanent hell or eternal suffering, eternal damnation. Don't you ever believe in this. But it is in a sense, because suffering dures so long. And it's terrible. Whenever you get hurt, or when doctor has to operate on you or hurt or something, oh my God, it seems like you want to run out of it any second if you can. When your bandage is all over and your hand are tied on bed or tied with a serum bottle, and blood bottle, or the blood squeezing blood bottle hanging all over your body because they want to take the extra blood from the wound, so that it runs out and don't clog your system. And you hang all over, and oh my God, you feel like you're suffocated, in suffering, and you want to plug them all out and run, It takes a long time. Even just 1 or 2 days like this, you feel so frustrated and so agitated, So impatient, even though if you are patient. People keep calling you patient because you are so impatient. It happened to me, But nevertheless, in any situation, doesn't matter how bad the soul is in, or how bad it creates the circumstances for itself, the soul, each soul is the master, is God, is the Buddha. There's no mistake about this. Never make any mistake about this. It just takes longer time to realize Buddhahood. If we find ourselves into an undeserving situation and deny ourselves the right even to pray for help. At that time we suffer terribly, terribly. We suffer so great a loneliness that is equal to the worst hell that we can imagine. We feel like we're the most terrible being. You understand? And we suffer. Whatever we did to others, we suffer the same feeling. And that's what it called hell. That's why we should, as a practitioner, since we already know the way of God, we should never ever create the new situation again in which we have to suffer the same consequence that we create. That's why we must keep the precept, keep our mind, speech and action pure. Huh? Not that because I say so, not it's because God will punish us, but because we will suffer and we will get very far away from godhood, and we will feel very miserable and unworthy indeed. That's why we must recite the 5 names all the time, because that's the God quality. That's you are reciting. It's not the names. And also it is the name, the holy name of the 5 Buddhas, 5 gods, in the 5 level of consciousness. But it is representing, they are representing the God quality in a different level, you understand? Just like I say, my foot, my knee, my solar plexus, my heart, my chest, my neck, my mouth, my eyes, my forehead, they're all mine. Even though they are different function, different level. Nobody would like to look at my feet all the time, but nevertheless it's my feet. It's okay. Once you touch my feet, it's my body too. So the disciple like to touch the master's feet. That's why the master's feet must be always clean in case. I never like to use perfume before. After become a monk, a nun. But lately, because since I have many disciples, they always try to grasp my feet and my hand, whatever, so I have to, spray something, where they grab the most. Just in case, not everybody grab my feet all the time, but sometimes they do, they do it suddenly. I didn't have time to even defend for myself. So I defend it with perfume.
Why would the soul choose to have a difficult situation? Why does the soul mistake God level? Is it for experience?
Why does the soul choose difficult, create for itself difficulty instead of choosing God level?
That's right.
I told you yesterday already.
For experience?
Yes. You have to create situations so that you can recognize your power of overcoming it, of winning all this what is not yourself, winning the opposite to your power. In order to win the opposite of your power, you have to create it and then show your strength. Otherwise, what is the God there for? Okay, now fancy the God sitting there all the time. And say, I'm God. And everything is beautiful, and he eat. He couldn't even eat. He's a God. He doesn't need food. And they say, okay, did he dress up? What for does he dress up if he's already a God? Nobody see him. He's a God, one and only. You see? And what shall he do then? If just there is a God, almighty, all-pervading, and nothing else. Then there'll be just like a foggy or brilliant light all over places, and that's it. No me, no you, no flower, no tree, nothing. So in order to enjoy it more also, to prove that he's a God, he has to create something. So if he create another God, then what is the use? You understand? 2 gods sitting, facing each other. And say, what now? My love. So he has to create something to play with, or to prove the power, or just to be God. God is creative. Well, put it that way, Maybe that's his job. He has to create. And in order to create a lot of things, he has to set himself apart, and each one assign different function. Just like a theater, no? He cannot play alone, even though he's a director. He has to assign Stephen one role and the other one must do the bad guy. If everybody is good guy in the movies, how you play it? Now you got it? So, and as actor and actresses, you be assigned different roles, and you don't mind. You play the bad guy or you play a good guy, it's okay. The money is all good. You like that, huh? And the fame is still good, all the same. Huh?
The karma is not the same though.
What, honey?
The karma
The karma is
is not
not the same. Well, it's only in the movies. Afterward, it's the same. So similarly, as God or as a part of God, we did not have any fear to undertake anything before we came into this world. We just say okay to any role that's assigned to us. As a God, how would you fear anything? Thing like that. Okay? So in order to make it more abundant, then each God has to create a situation for himself and no copycat. How can a God copy another, So he has to make it more dramatic, more creative. Whatever he creates is fine. He can create good, he can create evil, he can create bad, he can create a favorable situation. Whatever it is God. God doesn't care. How can a God care that, that's scary, I'm not going there. You know what I mean? No, that's a bad role, I won't play. That's bad for my reputation. God, as God, you will never ever think anything like that. In fact, you don't think. Just automatically create. And now, that's the danger. When we come into this world, we already forgotten our power and our glory. And we create always a new thing. And that's why they're more and more complicated each day. And then one day we will suffer a lot and we call out, help. Because at that time, sometimes we forgot also that we got, and with the mind, try to create also something. Or the effect of this creation, that creation, match together, make a third creation. And the third creation breed another fourth creation. And the 2 and 4 mix together, make it become 7 other creation. All different character, even have a little bit diluted of this kind of character of the first creation, but not the same. That's why all persons look not alike. And your children, doesn't matter how much they look like you, they still don't look like you that much. You understand what I mean? See? They look like the cross between you two. Or not at all. Or just eyes look like you, but nose look like the neighbor. Forgive me. Don't look at your children's nose. Then you don't suffer. Like the man yesterday who asked his wife whether the last and the most ugly child is his. So his wife have to say, no, he's yours. Only the other 2 are not. Remember? All right. Where were we now? Yeah. This old age is really terrible. Where were we? Oh, yes. Okay, fine. So, as a God, even if God is divided into different parts, God cannot tell God that, don't create this, don't create that. God is always ever free. There are no evils in God's terminology. But that doesn't mean evil doesn't exist, Please, There's no evil in God's plan. It's just different creation. So that things become more complicated, more colorful, and more exciting. Like a thriller movie. Or like spy movies, If like Schwarzenegger, is that his name? Arnold. Anyhow, if he's the one who played the good guy, right? And then no other character accompany him who played the bad guy. How can he destroy the enemy? How can he blast a bomb into their camp? Or how can he become a hero in the film, of his country? If there's nothing else for him to play with. And other actors and actresses, doesn't matter how bad the role they play, because the director already assigns Arnold the good, that right? The good role already. You cannot two play together same role. Is that right? Never, even in family, no. Because in the family only one boss. And normally it's your wife. So there's no need for you, not necessary at all, to play that role. So just keep aside and be the deputy, okay? And somebody has to do something else, right? So you be the good guy and play the second part. So similarly, before the creation began, each of us want to do something, right? Or God, the God of all of us, or the main part of the whole, told us, okay, let's do something. Huh? We all sit here together in one, all in one and all as one, and all is nothing. It's all boring, so we divide, huh? And then each go different direction to do different thing. Okay or not? Oh, so they say, all right. And then each one do something. Why not, huh? So now, if I said to my foot, please walk. If I said to my feet, please walk, would my feet say, come on, me? Why? Why do I have to walk every day? I'm so tired of it already. I want to do something else. Oh, what can he do, the feet? What can the feet do now? Huh? Can the feet eat something? No, not at all. So the feet can only walk, okay? If the feet refuse to walk, then the whole thing be in trouble. Cannot exist, cannot function. Or the feet and the hand, it's just like if the hand complains, oh, I work all the time, I have to work every day just to feed him, the mouth. Yeah. And I have to walk, the feet say, yeah, me too, I have to walk miles, or I have to, carry the whole body so that he can eat. Huh? No, we don't work anymore. Now the feet and the hands went on strike. The mouth have nothing to eat. Okay, that's good for a while, and they feel good, the hand and the feet. But after a while, what happened then? The heart slowed down, the liver complained, the gastric system went berserk, yeah, producing gastric all the time, with nothing to digest, and the feet and the hand became like instant noodle with boiling water over it. See that? So they decided to work again. Huh? Same with us. Yeah, same with us. Sometimes we suffer because we have forgotten that it is our assigned job, and we complain, and we don't want to do it anymore. We die, we commit suicide, things like that. You know what I mean? But we have to come back again and finish the job, because the whole creation depends on each one of us to function. So think of it, how important you are in this universe. You're not just nobody. Even if you are not enlightened, even you're not the Kuan Yin practitioners, even if you are very lowly, anyone is a part of the whole. That's why I told you never to mistreat others, never to complain about others, never criticize them. You know, whatever you can change. Whatever you feel uncomfortable about others, you tell them, of course. You know, but not in a bad spirit. Yeah, tell them and change it. And if you cannot, then avoid it. I never tell you to love thy neighbor, the tiger. If it's a tiger next door, don't love it. Don't go and find the tiger and hug it and say, I prove my love to all creation equally. It is not possible to do that. Okay? So now, avoid, if you can, whatever the situation. After you cannot change it, you can just drop it. Create new situation, and enjoy new. Okay? But the best thing for us is we have to always create something so that we can always remind ourselves as God. And try to also create situation so that other people will be reminded free willingly, free willingly who they are, if we can. And that's our duty. But not forced upon by tricks, but just logically. Let them understand, let them remember, because the soul understands logic and reason. And that's the only tool we can use in this world to help the soul return to the kingdom of God. That's agreement between each of the souls before they descend into this world. That other soul can help him to fasten or to quicken their journey, but not magic. Not any miracle thing like this can do in the inner world, in the secret, between the veil, between the curtain of darkness is light. Is the inner world, peace, harmony, miracle, fulfillment, contentment, and love. Behind that curtain is our private household. Anyone can enter, anyone with Kuan Yin power can enter behind the curtain and have a private meeting with the master, with other master soul, to get help. You know what I mean? And come out again, surviving in this world. That's why mostly you pray to the master. You see only the master inside help you. You see, no one else know about it. Even if the passenger next to you often don't see master, sometimes do, but only rarely. You understand what I mean? Every miracle, every help must be rendered in secret, because that is agreement between the souls. You know why we can do that? Because at that time the soul is allowed to step back into the kingdom of God for a while, into these 5 worlds, 5 spiritual worlds, instead of remaining in the physical world. So whatever we want to get help, if we cannot bear this world, and if we forgot our wisdom, forgot our nature, Buddha nature, we must step inside that curtain, you see, where our private house is, where we regain, part or whole or some of our Buddha nature again. Yeah, we step back into the kingdom, in the circle of sainthood, and there we can have secret meeting and say, "Oh God, really, my job is difficult. Give me some tip quickly." Yeah. So of course, as master souls together, we are allowed to discuss as adults. You know what I mean? As masters together already. But when you step back out that black curtain again, back into the darkness, into the physical world, you're not allowed to be master anymore. You forget immediately what you are, just like the day you descended on earth. And that is a part of the agreement. That's a part of the game of the universe. So if you understand all this, suffering is not real suffering anymore. It doesn't mean it won't hurt you if somebody stab you on the leg, or shoot you, or curse you, or humiliate you, or try to do something that harmful to you. It hurts still. But overall, this wisdom helps us to sustain our peace. Only the physical body suffer, the brain suffer, but we have somehow this basic peacefulness within us, most of the time. So even we suffer for a while, we regain our smile immediately, almost, or very quickly. And that's the good thing about remembering who you are and regain the Godhood. Each soul is already a Buddha, so he can anytime try to create something new for himself if he doesn't like the thing that he create. Yeah? He can either walk the whole journey or he creates something aside so that there's another effect come out of it, and then he to continue that way, and he don't have to continue this way too. See? So once you walk into master circle, you can forsake whatever plan you have still in front of you, or whatever affected or extra plan, or the branches of the plan that you have made before, or have been created out of the karmic connection with the old pattern of life and the old creation that you have made. See? Can create new or walk right here. And then the path is still there but unwalked. left, and grass, mud, everything will cover it, and nothing more. Huh? Okay, that's how karma can be acquitted, can be left, can be burnt away, can be erased. No problem. The master can do that. Just drag you to another direction. Come here, you. And then, because at that time the soul wanted. If the soul doesn't consent, then it's not possible. Because soul is a Buddha. How dare you? Nobody can dare to do anything to a Buddha or try to influence a Buddha. And the master soul knows this too. Even though he at that time doesn't remember it's a Buddha, but the Buddha must respect the Buddha all the same, because the master knows. The sentient being doesn't know, or disciple doesn't know, but the master knows it. He is a Buddha soul. So if he say no, it's no. You understand what I mean? That's why you always ask me, why the Buddha or the master don't just drag him, make miracle, blind him into love, turn his heart, turn his mind, use miracle, thing like, nah, can't. No can do. If can do, then no need. No need Buddha, no need Lao Tzu, no need Jesus even. Other already did it before him. Or if no one else came before Jesus, then at least Jesus is enough. One, the one and only Son of God, he did it enough, no? He would turn all the world into angel. And me, you already sit up there and drink tea by now. No need to work so hard. See what I mean, honey? Yeah, got it? Yes. So that's why I never am in a hurry to try to force anyone into Kuan method, so you don't worry. See, you have printed a lot of millions of copies of sample booklet in all different languages. How many souls come here to me? Every month you have how many new brothers and sisters born? Your mother is really slow. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Okay, you understand now? So that because the soul sometimes decided that he don't want to go back to the kingdom so soon. He like to create even more situation. But normally the soul would try to create the quickest possible situation for himself, so that he can come back to the kingdom of God. But because the creation is not always fixed, so whatever you create sometimes breed another creation, another situation, and so on and so on and so on. God is free. God is not predictable. God is not the one who predict the future and say, I create this and it will become that, and then I will get that and I will get this. That's no fun anymore. But even if God knows that, our physical brain and body and function doesn't know. Therefore we still suffer. There is still fun. You understand? Because we have forgotten what we are doing and what we have done. Even unconsciously we create new situation every day, but we also sometimes don't know it. And we blame the neighbors, blame the hardship, blame the suffering, or blame God for this. Actually, it's all our own doing. But I tell you what, there's no such thing as a theater drama plan. Like God already created everything and assigned somebody a role, and the role remain like that. You know what I mean? Maybe he's a bad guy, okay, but eventually he will become good. But that's not predictable. You understand what I mean? Each soul must create his own creation and journey. And therefore, you see, each one will beget something that he creates. And that's make life different everywhere, every time, to everybody. But the soul can be tired after playing too long, and now he wants to rest. Then he call out, and the master soul, who has already finished, or who willing to come and help such a soul, will come to him, or will be born into his vicinity, and then to meet him, born in his word, and create something so that they both will meet. But the soul, that soul must be really yearning, but really want to go home. Otherwise, everyone is free, huh? You go, you stay, who cares? Its soul is the creator itself, and make a real creation for themselves. So, anyhow, every time, because we create things with our thought, and with our action, and with our speech too, they are all powerful tools of creation. So don't you ever undermine your thinking, your speech, and your action. They create a new, different situation for you. Immediately, or tomorrow, or the next day, or next year, you will experience the effect. So always keep your mind in God, if you really want to go back to the kingdom. And don't step in the new mud, and sink there. That's why precepts, 5 names, recite always a godly quality, reminding yourself. Because you're reciting inside your head, so your thought is pure. Always thinking of, those 5 names are godly quality. God, 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 God. And then because if you speak the names only, then it become a habit, like lip service or tongue service. And the mind will be free to wander and thought, all kind of thing. And it creates a new trouble for you. So you have to recite it in the mind. Because the thought are the most powerful creative tool of all. But because, if you don't recite it in the mind, you have to recite with the mouth, right? But the mouth are using for eating, talking, and blah, blah nonsense, singing, all that. So if you use the mouth, you can use only sometimes. And how about the time you cannot use it? Then now you have 2 enemies. The mind thinking all the time already bad things, and the mouth also talking nonsense too. It's not used in godly quality. You know what I mean? For we have trouble now. And the thinking will control the action and the speech as well. And now you have even worse. You're in worse situation. So the mind, we have to control. We control not by trying to hold it or hang on to something, but just have to recite the godly name. And every other negative thing will be running away. If you have light, darkness not. If you have darkness, light is not. So bring light into your mind. Bring God quality and thinking. Don't have to even think. Once you recite that name, that means you're thinking of that quality already. You cannot think of anything else at the moment. Because normally the mind can only think one thing at a time. Is that not so? Oh, so if you think of that 5 names, you hardly can think of anything else. So just try to remember this kind of godly quality all the time. Then you are controlled. Speech and body as well. That's why we have to do it. And these are the highest quality of God, the 5 qualities that I have imparted to you, and is charged with the power of realization and authority from the Most High. That's why it has the effect. The check with a big account backing it up. You like that, huh? When I talk about money, your eyes lit up and you clap so loud. So, because our mind sometimes wander, and so even if we recite the godly quality, our body and our speech still sometimes don't work accordingly. So we have to make the whole body sit still and the mouth shut for some times of the day, 10% of the day. That will, make up for the time we lost. To purify our speech and our action. We sit there, we do nothing. Cannot be too harmful. At that time, the mind is still wandering, but the body cannot do anything, and the tongue cannot speak because we have rules. We cannot speak in the retreat, or at the time of meditation or group meditation. And that's why meditation is also good for you. And then when you still your body and your mind, and you can listen to God sometimes, or you can slowly digest what you have heard in the teaching, and you accumulate more of the concentrated power of your realization, and use it for when the time that you cannot concentrate so much. Just like you tank your car with petrol, and run highway, many hundred miles until it run out, or almost, then you have to refill it again, otherwise you stop. So everything is logical to you, I'm not trying to force you or make it superstitious about Guan method or God or everything mysterious about it. There's nothing mysterious about it. I cannot teach you because you are God. Anything cheating, you will know it. Even you don't tell me, you will know it, because you are God. Your soul is God and is Buddha. So only purity, only the pure truth, the whole truth, and the whole sincerity can touch your godly soul and make you listen and make you accept. You can only accept the best from any master. And that's the duty of a master, to always have to offer the best and the purest teaching and the most sincerity. And that's all there is. I think nothing else can you accept. That's why the real master has to be real. Otherwise he create worse karma for himself too. You see, that's why the master cannot live falsehood. Must live the truth. Otherwise, if he live falsehood, wow, he's terrible. He cheats so many people, he will go down where? And very terrible. And that's why one of the precepts of the Buddhists is that you never can boast what you are not. See? You cannot tell people lie about your realization if you don't have it. Say, I already came to the 4th level, when you are only at the floor level. So most people, when they meditate, they don't see anything, only dark, so they say they're on the 4th level. I say, that's on the floor level, not the 4th. And never mind, God knows what you're doing. If you're sincere, it's okay. Sometimes we undergo darkness. Or maybe before you call darkness too much, and now left over, you have to take care and digest it. Okay, let's see, have I finished? Yes, just about it, 1 hour, honey, enough. No translation even, you see? Pure 1 hour. It's okay, 10 o'clock, I think we call it a night. Go to sleep. Okay, And since the people in there already saw me in the TV screen, so goodbye, I go to sleep. I still stay here for a while, if nothing urgent that I have to leave. So if you want to stay some more days, it's all right. But you must forgive us if things are not the way you want it, or like at home, because we live miles from civilization, and transportation and everything is difficult. Do you know that? And people don't dare to come to this area after 5 o'clock because they cannot get back to the capital before dark, because before, you could not even drive in this highway. Just 1 or 2 years, just when I came. Just when I came, the road's finished. There was no highway road before. The road in front, that's the road that link the whole nation, national highway. It has not been finished. Just when I came. Just finished when I came. And now you can use it. When I came first here, okay, and just right in front of our house. So nice. So, but you should know, don't walk around unaided. Don't try to sneak into somewhere that you don't know. And when you hear a sound louder than the inner sound, then you know what happened to you. Boom. Yeah. So don't try to wander around. Try to avoid. Okay, huh? Of course, whatever happen will happen. But if don't try to walk your unchalked path, huh? But unless that is your intention before you came down to this world, then I don't interfere. It's not a joking matter, but still, if you can laugh at it, it's good. That means you are very funny. But don't cry if something happens. I don't think anything happened to you if it's not your karma, okay? If it does, then you should know that you are the God and you created it for yourself. I told you today, huh? Here, you be very sincere. I every day meditate diligently and always recite the 5 names non-stop. Yeah, so maybe you become Buddha quicker in Cambodia. Why not, huh? Maybe that's your plan before you came here, you know. Just give me any plan so I remember God quicker and permanently. So that's a good effect from this center, you know. Okay, so you know, huh? You take the challenge, huh? Or you leave it, honey. It's all up to you. If you like to come, you come, huh? Don't say it's me, huh? I don't try to charm you into this kind of situation ever. So I have to tell you everything. Okay, huh? Now go with God. Sleep good. Sleep well, huh? And if you go tomorrow, have a nice journey.
Thank you, Master.
Welcome. Good night.